Hola, 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 mi gentes. Hola, mi gentes. I forgot Lily.
Is it no earrings?
Yes, the unforgivable. Wait a minute.
It is so unforgivable. I've had that happen before, and I'm like, why am I on
Jesus.
screen naked?
Who does this? Who does
Down,
this?
down to the YouTube naked, but
Long day for me. Long day.
Listen, I had one of them days too, Jen. It was so funny. I was at the grocery store and I just kept doing dumb shit.
Yo, you're like, seriously. Like, you got to pause and be like, wait a minute, who am I here? What was
Like,
I doing?
right. And the girl, it is the grocery store, my like right across the street, so they know me. And she said, "Go home and get some rest."
Right. See, I couldn't get that. People were like, take a power nap, a power nap. Power nap.
Right.
I got
Mm-mm.
to keep going. Well, you look very fresh faced, Leela. You look like you just woke up. This is your first your little event for the night. So salute to you, Miss Man. But you were live earlier. I caught that. Lily's lessons this evening.
Yes, another lesson talking about being too broke to date. And that goes beyond financial. So a lot of us are, too broke to date. So
I
I
love
shared
that
about
you
my
said that.
lesson.
I love that. You got to check out Lily's lessons on why we limited the YouTube channel because I love that you said that because people automatically go to money, right? And we know how much of a sore spot money is for people. Like they get really offended. It's a huge sore spot. I don't know why. It's to me it's as simple as, if you can afford a Hyundai, buy a Hyundai. If you can afford a Mercedes, buy a Mercedes. If you could afford a Rolls Royce, buy a Rolls Royce. If you could afford a Lamborghini, buy a Lamborghini, right? You don't go into the Lamborghini shop with Hyundai money demanding that they submit to you. I don't understand. I don't get
Exactly.
it. So I'm glad that you brought up, you know what I mean? You can be deficient spiritually and in other areas of your life and just not ready to date because it's a lot more than money. It's a lot more than
Hmm.
money. You could just not be ready to date or even want to.
Or even want to.
Or even
Right.
want to. Like, Speaking of money though, I got a tiny little bit of fluff and I want to make this a whole topic and it's gonna be fluff. Yesterday we tried some fluff and it turned into a 2-hour melee. Okay.
Woo! It was a good shout out.
It was an excellent show, but it was supposed to be fluff, Lily, and it turned into a 2-hour melee. Okay. There were shots fired, people hiding behind vans.
Yeah, but we still got them now. You can hide all you want to. Once you fire a shot, you're going to get shot back.
Sheesh, it was a great show, just not what we expected. I had to switch around thumbnails. I had to make a thumbnail last minute, change captions and hashtags. I was like, okay, but now we're here today. We're going to talk about what we were supposed to talk about yesterday, and plus, there's some more developing on this story, so we're right on time. My little fluff is I just wanted to set it up for another day. I don't know if I'm going to be on Friday and Saturday, so we got to kick ass tonight and Thursday, right? Unless I go on, earlier, which I don't know because the days are going to be booked up until the nighttime event. Either way, we are here today and tomorrow for sure, for sure. So the fluff I have is there's a clip where Tyrese, he's still crying about his divorce. And he said, he was like, I met this woman, speaking of his ex-wife that he's going through a divorce with now. And he was like, I met this woman in a $12 dress. And she told me that, she didn't care about my money. She wasn't into all that celebrity shit. She was, down with whatever. And now she wants $20,000 a month. Right. So, it goes back to what we said. A lot of guys talk shit about women, but you've heard me say here over and over again, I can walk into a party with a $10 dress on and leave with a millionaire. The opposite is not true unless you look like Jason fucking Momoa. Okay. I say that all the time. And I think remember, women are always accused of having penis envy, but I think men have vagina envy. And I use that in a term of like, I think men sometimes envy the shit that women can get away with. He said it himself. I met her in a $12 sundress. And she said she didn't care about my money. And now she wants $20,000 a month. right? And women could do that. We could get away with that. As long as you got a pair of tits, halfway decent ass, you can leave with a millionaire or billionaire. Look at Bezos' wife. She ain't got no booty. She got her nice set of implants, some Botox here and there. And, she running around with a billionaire now. Those are the
Look,
facts.
if
You
you
know
believe
what?
any motherfucker say in the beginning, you deserve whatever the fuck you get in the end.
Right. And there's a couple of things with
You're
that.
gonna tell me like, oh yeah, I have bipolar disorder. Yeah, I might snap and literally slice a motherfucker's throat, but I see a future with us. You're different.
Right.
Like,
Right.
come on, man. You're gonna be told what you want to hear, man. I'm pretty sure she was in a $12 dress. She had some $4 shoes on with a $2 hairdo.
Mm-hmm.
Said, I found her. Mama, I found her. This is what I've been searching for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but there's a couple of things here. One, even judges look at it from a specific angle, right? And the angle that they look at it is, yes, you met her in a $12 dress,
Mm-hmm.
but you chose to provide her with a lifestyle that she is now accustomed to, and therefore we're going to rule it on the lifestyle that she is now accustomed to. That is the law in a
But
lot of
Lily,
states.
but Lily, they've only been together 4 years, and she wasn't with him shooting in the gym, Lily.
Yeah, the judge ain't gonna think about all that. I'm just going by the law, at this particular time. Now, listen, I have my own, you know what I'm saying, but this is what the law of the judge of the people of the United States of the California say. Okay, so he got to take that up with the judge and not us, because he keep bringing us into the group chat. Why are we still in this family chat? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? The uh,
The family
I'm just
chat.
saying, and the
Man,
the other part of this, you know how I feel about the women in the from men. Now, let me clarify, because I understand people's shit gets scrambled in their trauma, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying that men want to be women or
Correct.
anything like that.
Correct.
I'm saying that a lot of men want the benefits of being a woman, right? They want a lot of the things that we can do.
I've
Hence,
seen that.
today, I'm I'm just on the thing trying to find some stuff, and I'm just noticing the amount of men you heavily filtered these days. And
Yeah.
I said, well, hold on. Is it me? Or have I seen a lot of posts of them criticizing us? I said, this has been I've been saying this for years. Whenever you
motherfuckers got
hear a
filters.
bunch, they use a lot of filters
A
now.
lot of filter. We had a guest up here before, law enforcement. He uses filters. And I was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? But the
What are you
thing is,
doing?
even more than them using it, it was the cry, the vitriol about us using filters,
Yes.
and now they're doing it. And so that's the point I'm saying. I've lived long enough to see a pattern of men going rah 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 about a thing, and then turn around and
Right.
do that thing.
Oh, Lily, don't leave out the $40. Because remember, men used to always get on women about that fucking $40. And all I see dudes now, right? They talk about, oh, women always got their hand out. All I see now is men on their birthday, my cash app, though, hit my cash app. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Remember you got on women about that? And I'm talking about from men that I know got fucking jobs, grown ass men with kids and everything. Yo, hit my cash app. There was this dude actually singing the song. There's a Cash App song, in case y'all didn't know. And he was literally on a golf course talking about, yo, it's my birthday. Hit my Cash App, baby. Hit my Cash App. And I was like, wait, no, 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 no. You said
Wait,
that that's all women were good for, is asking for money. And now here y'all are with your filtered faces and your hands out.
Oh, they
wait a
stay. No, they stay asking for money now. Hmm.
Abby said there's glue on hairlines now.
Oh, they wear lace fronts too.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
saw what's his name? What's his name? Tory Lanez.
Hmm.
His lace front was lifting up in the front in his mugshot. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
bad. Like he needs to just take it off and get a bald head in there. What is he? I don't know if it was because he was going from like booking maybe to like the jail, but the lace front was lifting up in the front. I'm like, take it off.
In his defense, it's kind of hard to take off a lace front in handcuffs. If you've ever tried, you know what I'm talking about.
I suppose. Take it off.
Favorite Friday, kids. Favorite Friday.
I got the picture. I'll show you guys the picture tomorrow. Yeah, but no, the guys are very much acting like women now, but it goes to show the hypocrisy and all the shit that they talked about women. And I'm like, now y'all are doing the exact same thing.
Oh,
Well,
we can't leave out the BBLs. They're doing that too.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Well, they're getting
The man pecs and
the daddy do-overs is
do-over.
called the DDO, the daddy
Well,
do-overs.
in terms of Tyrese, I mean, again, if you're going to believe everything, look, man, a woman has an exceptional superpower to become whatever the fuck she needs to be in order to make sure that her interests continue to be met. Once she no longer has an interest in you, she give less than a fuck about living up to your standards, your perceptions, your ideas. There's a reason why. You ever notice when you watch some of these movies and you see the guy walking through the desert, and he's famished, he's damn near death, and he sees a mirage,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always a beautiful woman, ready with water, ready to replenish him,
Mm-hmm.
ready to give him whatever he needs, near death.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing in men, whenever we're in times of need and peril, we always just think that the answer to our problems is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But they just tack on to our problems most of the times.
I resent that remark.
I'm ending my rant right there, man.
Mm.
Good choice. Good choice.
Okay. Lily, let's show them how easy it is for a woman to switch up depending on what man we with. You ready?
Let's do it.
Adam Hearn said I'm simping. I'm just giving you game. How am I simping? Like you niggas is just
just talk right over me. Talk right over me. I'll just sit here.
sorry. Good.
No, it's not an AA. It's on the block with Haran. I'm not even here.
Listen,
I'm not even here. I'm not here.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to come in.
Okay, yeah, you too. Yeah. Just everybody talk over us.
Since
Sexy voice.
I didn't get my I didn't get my 2 cents yet. So there's a couple of things I've heard. Like, first of all, it sounds so odd to me. How many men are actually looking at the dress and calculating how, was that at a Target? Was that at Walmart? How many guys are actually looking at dresses and say, that's a $12? Most guys are looking at the body behind the dress when they're looking at these.
That's the majority of men I've always known.
So I can't tell you how much a woman's dress is. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really, really crazy. But the other thing is, most men, when it comes to women, it reminds me that in that Moulin Rouge movie, when the prince or whatever he was like wanted the courtesan to make him feel like she loved him. No, make me feel like you love me. That's all he wanted. He wanted the feeling of being loved, right? So that's what most of these guys out here, I think, are looking for. When they have feminine, fit, and friendly, they really just want the feeling of being loved, the feeling. Because real love, there's a lot of different ways you can show real love. Right. Jen being honest with you, telling you what you need to hear is a sense. It's kind of like giving off love. I mean, she doesn't romantically love people, but it is it's kind of like loving the guys, like saying, hey, you need to listen. This is where you need to be. You need to stop living in these fantasy, thinking that you're gonna, you're shooting for the sky and you're closer to the middle. So it was just interesting, so he picks this girl up who says she was wearing a $12 dress, but there was a reason he picked her, and the dress didn't matter what price the dress was. I mean, if he wanted to pick somebody up that had a $300 dress, I'm sure he could have found a girl with a $300.
He's around them. He's around them.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the end, that comment to me is just out of pocket. I mean, why even mention how much the dress was, other than he wants to just say now he's got to pay, the judge's ordered him to pay money. But that's when you get married and you have a lot of money, you're gonna part with a lot of money. that's just the game we're in.
And he got it. It's not like he don't have it. Again, these guys are in a tax bracket where $20,000 a month is their sneaker budget. He got it. It's not like he's struggling. He got it. He also has the potential to make a lot more money, right? Because he's an A-lister. He's part of the Fast and Furious franchise. That shit's gonna go on for fucking ever. He does music. Nobody gives a fuck about the music. But he has potential to call up a brand and say, hey, Puma, hey, Nike, if he stops acting like a complete
fucking idiot.
Retard.
Right.
If he stops doing that, because I don't know what brand would want to attach themselves to him acting the way he's acting presently. So he even mentioned his attorney, Tanya Mitchell Graham, down in Atlanta. I know her. I interviewed her, actually, for something. I'll tell you guys behind the scenes. I guess he wanted to drop her name because he was like, even he didn't say, oh, my attorney said. He was like, well, my attorney, Tanya Mitchell Graham from Atlanta, said, I don't even know how I got her to sign that prenup. And I was like, it did sound awkward, him saying her whole name. I was like, I guess he wanted to drop her name because she does all she's the attorney for anybody who's in Atlanta, all them housewives, all the husbands in Atlanta. She's the attorney. So I guess,
like Dr. Jackie's everybody's doctor. She's the kind of colleges. Yeah. She's the pimple popper. She's like, gonna do, your chemo, whatever it is you need, just go to Dr. Jackie and she got you.
Exactly. So he mentioned that. I don't know why, but Tyrese he's always been a corny cat, but he wanted the woman, $12 dress and all. The $12 dress woman was good enough to make a wife and a mother.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we all know what it is, man. There's nothing sadder than seeing a grown-ass man, and I've seen this, a grown-ass man damn near in tears because the woman he loves don't love him. That shit is some sad shit to watch. I'm talking about at the end of the day, Tyrese's ego is bothering him. Now, he most likely is still in love with this woman, but she don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
that's most of the 90-day fiance.
Wait 1 second. You see, folks, see how nonchalant she's being about this shit right now? This is how women are after they're done with you, after they're finished with you. Like, oh yeah, you still in love with me? All right, well.
But think about if you have a choice, right? And this is something men can't grasp, right? If you have a choice, put up with someone with Tyrese's personality or $20,000 a month.
See, you ain't got to really frame it like that.
Yeah, well, listen, that's the reality of it, and I like the framing. And go ahead and give me $20,000 a month.
I mean, seriously, most people. I don't think you have to be a woman to make that choice.
Most people.
That 20 grand go a long way in my life, right?
Yes. But we could flip it. Would most married guys, if you ask most married men, put up with the woman you married? This is in general, okay? Not race specific, not age specific. Ask most men who are married today, put up with that woman that's in your house for the rest of your natural born life, or $20,000 a month.
I know motherfuckers would do it for $5K.
Hello.
Okay.
You know motherfuckers will do it. We know motherfuckers do it for $800. Okay.
Real talk. Real shit. That's a quick call note right there. That's a quick note right there.
Listen. So of course that chick is like, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Guess what? My dress is $2,000 now, bitch. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Get out my face. I completely understand her because the way he acts in public, I can't even fathom. what that man is like behind closed doors. And you're on medication and you're bipolar and oh, give me the money and get out of my phone.
But the thought of like having to be in the house with that man, and she couldn't even hold, because they're in LA, right? So she couldn't even hold out for that whole 10 years to do the automatic half thing. She said, "Fuck this,
4.
I'm cashing out
4.
in 4." Like, can't
She
do
said
that.
4.
That is some heavy shit, though. When a woman said, "You know what? Fuck that. Just give me the consolation prize. I'm out of here." That is some heavy.
That's bad.
Think about it, because a woman is patient like a motherfucker. If the grass is green enough on the other side of her, she'll be patient like a motherfucker. But if she say, "You know what, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna just what y'all got? You got the red one? Look, just put it in the back."
It's like
Put it in the back.
It's like winning the $1 billion lottery ticket, and we'll give you the 435 million if you take it all in one lump sum.
Shit. Listen.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, and the other thought about it too, Tyrese don't live in a single family home.
Right.
He lives in a home that like decides that if you want to get away from a person, you could go on the east wing, I'll stay on the west wing, right? I'll make sure you eat. You gonna eat, right? And all that good stuff. Like she could even do that. He must be like the worst. Like when you can't even stay.
They're in a tax bracket where she doesn't even have to be a homemaker.
Absolutely.
So that makes it even worse, Lily.
It makes it even worse. Like
because she's not cleaning a mansion. She's not cleaning a mansion. She's not cooking 3 meals a day for that man. She ain't even sobbing his knob. He's barely home. You know what I mean? Like, so her duties were easier than a whole lot of other women on the planet. Just show up, be pretty, get your hair done, get dressed, be at the event. You know what I mean? Push this baby out. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And she still was like, I don't want to be in the same house. Give me my money. Give me my money and my child. Get out of here. Beat it.
I don't blame her. Because, I don't even like to be in the same space when this music comes on.
Listen, I would have moved all my shit out. I would have hung up my little $12 dress and left it on the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, how many times I got to tell you? I got Dusties in my catalog. What do you want from me? I was in the music business since I was 12. Like
everybody got Adam Hearn. You a Dusty too. Everybody either the Dusty or dated a Dusty. You ain't slick. You probably the Dusty.
Like
I wouldn't be surprised you the Dusty.
We're all driving cars off the used car lot, bro.
Hello.
And let's just remember that $20,000 is coming from the conscious community that is supporting his Hidden History Museum. His Hidden History Museum.
We were talking about Tyrese, the actor.
Oh, I'm talking about somebody else. Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Scratch that.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
Tyrese got a hidden history.
Scratch that. I thought you said somebody else. All right.
No. James Ogo said, but James, you poor baby. He said, but it was good enough to marry him and procreate. I'm sure she used him, love. She used him.
James is always gonna come in here.
He's so like
that's so cute.
That's so cute. What do you mean it was
He's
good
tender.
enough?
He's
right?
Tender.
Tender, James. Say you tender skin. Tender. Damn.
What the fuck? Like a cake. This
tender has a little bit
turkey. The turkey is tender. I like it. Not tender. That's worse than an actual derogatory term.
Yeah, man. Remember that, James?
Call me something with some grit to it. Don't call me tender. He said tender.
All right, grinder. We'll go with that.
Listen. So, she saw a mark, played to his ego, which is very easy to do because he's very egotistical, played to his ego and got her bag. And got a permanent bag. She pushed one out. Mm-hmm. She pushed one out. So now she literally gave birth to a cash register.
I'm still laughing that he was going on the internet calling her his black queen, and
Yes,
she was Tyrese, Tyrese, hey, I'm actually not black.
she's Israeli. She's Israeli.
Thanks for the shout out, but I'm not black.
And she's like, I'm Israeli. Excuse me.
So he
It's
was.
Gucci.
So
Pardon
essentially,
me.
he was another black man who was real soft and delicate, non-black.
Well, you already know what's her name. You know Cynthia G is gonna rip him two new assholes.
Nice,
She-
nice and soft for a tender. Nice and tender for a non-black woman. Boy.
Any end way. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna get that video. We're gonna discuss this because this is the divorce this is the never-ending divorce. Every week there's there's a new development. So
Yeah, because somebody else walked away with some coins. Let me see if I have it in here in this phone. I can't remember exactly. Oh, Anthony Anderson. Um,
yeah, she got a nice bag too.
20,000. It says according to the docs obtained by TMZ, Anthony would pay the 20K as a base amount. That
Yep.
number will go up as his gross annual earnings go over 2 million. In that case,
Mhm.
he'll pay an additional 20% of his income. Wow.
But they were together a long time.
Absolutely. Like she was in the weeds with him.
You know,
And she
Yeah.
had to go through that body weight transition and pay me,
Me
bitch.
Too moment. Oh, y'all
Pay
forgot
me.
about that.
Huh?
Y'all forgot about his little Me Too moment, huh?
I sure did.
Mm.
Wait, what Me Too more? Because he was at a part. Let me shut my
Oh,
mouth.
whoa.
We'll talk behind the scenes.
Yeah, we gotta talk.
Okay. Because
It disappeared within 24 hours. I'll tell you that much. You know
I
what
was okay. I was at a party that he was at, but we're gonna talk
yeah,
about
allegedly. Yeah.
But
Supposedly.
what Me Too movement did he have?
We'll talk behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. No, I thought it was public. I thought it was a public thing.
Oh, it was a public thing.
So what was it then?
Within 24 hours, but there's more to it.
So what did they say publicly? What did you hear publicly in the blogs?
Publicly, let's just say he had a Tupac moment with somebody where a woman was essentially assaulted.
Oh, and he was in the vicinity here.
Exactly, or whatever.
Okay.
And they was trying to connect him to the situation, and
Okay.
it got ugly within 24 hours, and suddenly it was gone.
Okay.
So he knows the right people.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll talk about Dumbo Brooklyn later, Lily.
Another Dumbo Brooklyn story.
We'll talk.
But no, what's funny is after you hung out with Heather Hunter, I hung out with Heather Hunter.
I ain't dropped no names, Lily. A lot of people live in Dumbo. A lot of people live in Dumbo, Lily.
That was hilarious. I look up, I'm like, oh, Jen is gonna die laughing when I tell her this.
Oh my God.
Sweetheart though, very sweet.
Adam's stupid. Did I hook up with Tyrese? I've always hated Tyrese. Always.
Me too, consistently. No, I liked it when he was on the back of the bus. After he got off the bus,
yeah,
haven't liked him since.
Well, put it this way. I liked a lot of celebs until social media happened and they got to talking and we got to seeing who and how they are. And I'm like, and men and women, not just the dudes, but even women that I thought were cool. I was like, oh.
Hell of a singer, though. I will give him that. He had a couple of records, man. Hell of a singer.
Oh my God. And you know what's crazy? People say that, no, it doesn't change anything. I swear to you, Sweet Lady and How You Gonna Act Like That were like on the top of my list. And now I promise you, when they play, like I feel repulsed because it's Tyrese and now I know how Tyrese is. So I can't, sorry, I'm not one of the people that's like, you can separate the art from the, no, I can't. It's like
hard.
Right? It's like now I hear Tyrese singing and I'm like, oh.
I'm usually good at that.
Sorry. Go
Oh,
well,
I'm
usually I'm usually good at that, but he's one of there's a handful, and I mean like on one hand handful of people that I'm unable to do that with, and he's one of them. Like when
Yeah,
I
I
hear him,
can't.
I can't do it. I hear Tyrese, and I can't. Like his notes sound like Clarice to me, like that, like that. Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can't do it no
I
more. I
ain't
can't.
gonna. Yeah, it's like, and he doesn't realize the more he talks, because I think he's done, by the way. He can't sell that record to save his life now. The new one he dropped, and he's trying hard. He's trying real hard to sell that record. But I really do think
He's out new
that,
record.
yes,
Yeah.
it's along the lines of you didn't really want me, or you didn't really love me. It's some shit like that. Like, you didn't really
A
love me.
divorce song.
Yeah, it's a divorce song. Like, you didn't really want me, you know. So I guess he's trying to sell it with the look. I'm going through the divorce. Look at the press for the. But it's like he ruined his brand with social media, like a lot of celebrities have done. But Tyrese was like the tall, dark, chocolate built, deep voice, and then we just saw a whole different. Even when Paul Walker died in the car crash, right? And fans were out there at the site by the tree. This motherfucker gonna pull up. Now it's Tyrese, so everybody's gonna be looking because the people around was just regular people. Tyrese gonna pull up, walking towards the site, pick up a piece of dirt from the floor by the tree where the crash was. This is all true. It's on YouTube. He
It
picks up a
is.
piece of dirt. He looks at the dirt.
Oh,
And
this
I'm like,
man.
oh my God. I was like, he is not doing this at the crash site. And fans are there like looking, watching, and everything just got quiet. You can hear a pin drop, and he's walking. Everybody's looking at him, walking towards the center of the circle. He picks up a piece of dirt. I was like, no, he didn't do this.
Main thing that really
He did
upset me.
not. He did
He was
not
on
make the Paul
stage.
Walker. Yes.
He
I was
was
like, you
on
did
stage.
not make the Paul Walker crash
Dude,
site a moment for you. You did not.
look, listen, man.
That's like something you would.
Is one of my biggest issues was in the Fast and the Furious franchise. It's like him and Ludacris are just like these weird caricatures of black men, like this Amos and Andy shit, and he's the job talking black man, like, hey, Vin Diesel, man, a tippy towel on the Tommy towel. Oh shit, damn, Vin Diesel, that's a big face shit, Vin Diesel. Damn, what we gonna do? Oh
It's
shit, I
true.
wish Paul Walker was here. Like
It's
shit
true.
like that. Shit like that is just like it's cringy as fuck, man.
Yeah. Like,
Vin
whoever's
has
writing
become
for them.
cringe. Vin is cringe to me now. I used to like him too, but now it's like, oh no. Oh. Why does Ben like it's either he looks or sound like his breath stink? I don't know what it is. I
He,
cannot
listen, when he was younger, I was in
right.
love.
Me
And now
too.
he looks like a thumb to me.
Doesn't look good.
He looks like a big toe on a white man. I don't like it. He looks like a fucking thumb. I'm like, what happened to you?
What happened? I want to know what happened because
He was fine.
right one day I just turned the TV and I was like, wasn't he at what? Yeah, what's going on? Like,
No, he looks different.
Yeah.
Money does not look good on him. And then his heels that he wears all the time, I cannot do. His little platform combat boots.
Mhm.
No matter what suit he's wearing platform combat boots. It's terrible.
Is he short?
Adam said his white
Yeah.
jeans kicked in. Adam said his white jeans kicked in.
Well, he's allegedly Italian and black. Allegedly, I don't know, but whatever the unmelanated side is kicked in for sure because he looks like a thumb. He looks like a squished thumb. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, yeah,
Why would you do this to me? I took it personal.
right. All right, so let's get into it. True, Adam Hearn, I agree with that. He said he was supposed to be the next Tyson Beckford for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't work out. He had a good run.
he did because
Oh.
like if you wrote down what Tyrese is minus the crying and stuff, you say tall, dark skinned, singer, great song. That and be like, but no one likes him. You're like, well, why? On paper, this is great. What's
Yeah,
the
it's
problem? What could
crazy.
possibly be the problem?
That's a
he's
great
like
point.
he goes out of his way to make us not like him.
I'm like, are you trying to make me hate you? You're trying really hard. Because you're right, on paper, the bio is amazing.
Amazing.
He would have been bigger, probably, had Usher not been the force that he was at the time. like he was always behind Usher. He was like almost there, but Usher was always, nah, you're not fast enough. And Usher would just,
I'm an outlier. I've never liked Usher, man. I don't like his face.
wait. You never
I don't
like
like his
Confessions? You don't
fucking
like
voice.
nothing?
Matter of fact, today I came back from the gym and I did a lot, so I was feeling wonky. And he was playing on the fucking radio, and I was like, "Can you turn him off?" Like, because you know when you're not feeling well, and then someone's like crying in your ear, and I was like, "Turn him off!" Like the last thing I want to hear is Usher. I'm not feeling well. Yeah, I'm just not. Put it this way, I like 7:00 on the come on, that music started when we all started fucking, right?
Right.
So it's memorable. It's memorable. But I was never that girl that was attracted to him. Like, oh my God, Usher, the pop star. I like 2 or 3 songs, but I don't like the way his head is shaped. Okay,
I can't
it
look at
slopes
him.
up. I don't like his face.
Yeah, I can't look at him.
Yeah, I don't
And he
like
has
that. I'm not into
and if you've seen, like, he has, like, he had posted this picture one time, and I was like, you got a body like a 14-year-old boy. What is the tea? Like, I'm feeling really
because
weird.
he don't got no pecs. Yeah, no, he
Like,
don't.
I can listen to him. I love his music. That's not the problem with me. As long as I don't have to look at him,
yeah,
I'm good.
Although I hear his show is bananas. Like I saw a little bit of it. It's good. His show is bananas. Yeah, that's true. Nicole B said Usher is a complete entertainer. He dances his ass off. Tyrese just saying the dancing in the music videos was mid. That's true. That's true. That's true. I don't even know who the fuck Bill Ocean is. What are you talking about? Anyway, so on to the topic. Tonight's topic, married Pennsylvania cop Ronald Davis is charged after being filmed forcibly arresting his mistress. Tonight, we're going to do that topic, damn it. We're going to do it tonight, okay? So this fucking weirdo, this cop, let me just run the video. Your mic, No Saint?
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it was on.
We're in a tunnel every time.
I was just crazy. I was like, you don't know who Billy Ocean is?
Who?
Billy Ocean.
Yeah, I know who Billy Ocean is.
He said this guy said Bill Ocean, so it did throw me off at first. I was like,
oh, of course I know Caribbean Queen. Of course he's still performing. But I was like, Bill Ocean, that sounds like a white guy. I was like, I don't know no fucking Bill Ocean. Who the hell is Bill? No, I didn't start fucking then. It was definitely around the Usher time. I would say it. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Like, I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. You can't scare me with the body count and the pair bonding. Had it been during the Billy Ocean day, I would be like, yeah.
You see body count is going viral again.
Yeah, I'm like, these motherfuckers don't, please. And look, and they hate when I say it. These guys interview me or whatever. I say it. The woman you're laying with right now had a penis bigger than yours, all up in her, skeeting all up in her. And you came in after that dick. So whether it was 1 or 35, your dick is still not the first one to go in there and trace her walls with your sperm. It was somebody else. And guess what? She has someone else's dickhead all the way back here. All the way back here. So you could justify it and say, no. I was watching a show the other day. This guy was like, no, at least 4 or 5 is good. So 4 or 5 dicks in her throat is okay. 4 or 5 dicks in her throat. Because there was 4 or 5 dicks in her throat. If she's sucking your dick, she sucked those 4 or 5 dicks. All up in her vagina. All up in stretching it out. Doing the little stroke. All of that. So it's stupid. This whole I didn't even know why women even fall into this
lady you're talking about sounds impressive. So the back of the throat, I like it. She's
I'm
impressive.
like, these guys, they weird. Come on, you know about that? No, saying you date white girls.
Especially the ones in California.
Oh. Yeah, I'm like that whole shit. I'm like, I could pay you a woman who's been with a lot of men can't pair bond, and you sitting there with a chick who had 5 dicks in her throat. Shut up.
Brittany Renner said today she had her body count was 35, and then when I heard it, I was like, that was rookie numbers. But I thought it would be more than that.
I thought it would be more too. I was very underwhelmed. Mm-hmm. By the way, they try to make her out to be. They try to make her out to be like, Debbie Does Dallas, or some shit like that. And it's like, oh, okay.
The problem with whole culture, Eso, is that if it's not a virgin, then it's a hoe. Like, men are ridiculous. Y'all the reason why whole culture exists.
You know, it's funny because they'll believe a lady, a woman, their girlfriend, their fiance, if she said that, you know, she's only been with her body count was, or she's only basically had 2 events, right? She's like, but the problem is it was probably the football team and the basketball team.
Look, man, if it wasn't for hoes, a man wouldn't have nobody to talk to.
That's rough for all the wives out there.
I'm about to say, hoes do save marriages. I'm just saying.
Your wife don't want to hear that bullshit.
They don't want to hear that, but hoes have saved plenty of marriages. Hoes are therapists.
You better keep these hoes deployed if you want to keep your marriage intact.
Oh shit! Damn. This Eso said shaming language. But before he said that, he said whole culture. So calling a woman as a hoe, that's not shaming. But what we're saying is shaming language. If you don't get your hypocritical ass out my chat, let's get to this cop, because you know us, we won't get to the fucking cop. Let's get to this loser, please. So this is the guy, he was with this little white lady for 4 months only. Cop with this mistress for 4 months only. And this is what ensued. Okay. He called his boys, right? You know, the boys club. They say cops are the biggest gang on the planet because they all look out for each other no matter what. So she was going to snitch to his wife. He called his boys to pick this little bitch up, right? And be like, yo, I need to get her committed. So he got her to send him some suicide texts. This was his strategy. He got her to send him some suicide text so he can get her committed, right? So he called up his boys and was like, yo, she's in such and such place, right? The boys took too long. So he was like, I know where she's at. So he drove on over to where he knew she was at. And then this happened. He was like, I'll do it myself.
What is wrong with you? I don't need help. You need to get away from you. No. This isn't normal. I don't care what anybody says. You're really insane. You're fucking insane. Like, and then you paint me to look insane. As I'm sitting on the ground with my head slammed into this and that. I didn't do anything wrong except disagree with you. Let me go. You can't just tackle me like that. Get off of me. I can't breathe. I can't.
Don't bite me.
No. Let me go. I can't. Can I just sit up?
No.
I can't.
So that went on. That was a little clip that I got for you guys. But that shit went on for 12 minutes straight, rolling around on the ground. Then there was a point he had her up against the car and in a bear hug. He wouldn't let her move from the car. She was like, just let me get my paperwork. And it was a mess for 12 minutes straight with his boy recording the whole thing. Right? So he thought he was recording for his safety. And that's the shit that ended him up in this lemma. So the article here says the woman seen being violently restrained by her married cop ex-boyfriend, who then had her forcibly committed to a mental hospital on alleged bogus claims. Said video of the incident speaks. She said, the update is that she said the video speaks for itself. She can't, speak about it because, of course, the case is open. She said, I was not expecting to be a political football. I just want to clear my name. Michelle Perfanov, 37 years old, told the Post on Tuesday. Perfanov declined to comment on specifics of the case due to pending litigation against Officer Ronald Davis, also 37, who is currently behind bars over the allegations he used his power at a Pennsylvania state trooper to have her falsely imprisoned. It's just unfortunate, she says, that it had to get to this point. I just don't want everybody's family and everybody's stuff dragged into this. Formerly a director of communications for Douglas Elliman Real Estate, who spent her evenings attending ritzy Manhattan cocktail parties. Perfanoff said the abuse she suffered at the hands of an authority figure in the backwoods of Pennsylvania was merely one example of an age-old societal problem. The societal problem is, of course, excessive force, lying, and what have you. Here's the dunce here, the big milk dud on the left. And that was when he had her up against the car. And he had her up against the car for like a good 5 minutes straight. She could not get away. He was using all his precinct MMA on this chick. Okay? All the precinct MMA he learned, he was using on this little chick. And she was giving him trouble. That lady looked like she weighs 110 pounds.
Yo, look, I was saying that. I was like, yo, she's pretty strong. Is she crazy? Because, you know, crazy motherfuckers, they...
Or meth out, because it looked like there was a little piece of meth up in that story somewhere, sprinkled out.
They kind of got some...
38. She's 38. 38.
She's 38?
She's 38. He's, no, I'm sorry, 37 and 37. 37 and 30. They're both 37.
She looks like a meth head.
Okay, and Lan, you get on my damn nerves. You can leave now, because if we so sad, we're going to go ahead and put you out your misery. Okay, baby? I would not want you to be going through all this trouble with us, okay? There you
What's
go,
wrong
baby.
with y'all, man?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
okay.
I was okay, because I was gonna get rid of him. You got rid of
So,
him?
yeah. So Abby says, "Can you smell the gaslighting?" That is hilarious, because that is hilarious because someone called me about somebody they started dating recently, and she was like, "You know how when a guy starts saying, you know, my ex, she was crazy, and she was crazy because she was crazy, and she did crazy stuff because she was crazy," and my friend was like, "I know women." We don't just be crazy like the way you're trying to place it, just cause, right?
Mhm.
There's something behind it. Like there was something ignited that shit to make it that crazy, right? Like I just especially because I ain't heard shit about what you did.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. So this is very typical. And a lot of these, unfortunately, and worse than this.
Mhm.
So thankfully he snitched on himself.
Mhm.
I
So,
mean,
you know, that I think why, and it's funny because men have been getting away with saying that for centuries. But when you look at the statistics, and men like statistics when it comes to pair bonding and body count, don't they? And the possibilities that women will never be happy because they want too much, right? They're really quick to give us those statistics. Statistically, men kill their spouse more than women kill their husbands. Statistically, more men kill themselves violently. That's crazy. That's crazy. You swallow a bullet because I lost my job, my woman don't want me, my dick don't get up anymore. I'm gonna swallow a bullet. That to me is off.
I'm
That to
going
me
to
is
add
off.
something else to the statistic. Do you know the number one cause of death for a pregnant woman is homicide by men? And it's usually these situations. It's because the guy doesn't want the baby because he's attached to someone else. He doesn't want the someone else to find out, or he doesn't want the child and doesn't want to pay for the child support. So he feels like the best option is to get rid of her. That is the number one cause of death for pregnant women consistently every year.
So I think that it has been confirmed, men, y'all are the crazy ones. Yeah.
I will say that women have gotten away with murder because they're a lot smarter when they do it.
They
they'll
don't
put
call
a,
people to film them.
they'll put a little antifreeze in the drink,
The eye
or
drops. Cloop, cloop.
yeah, you know, they're just not saying, but you're right. It's swayed way more. Men do it. At least we know that men do it way more. You know, that whole thing. It reminds me like that guy thought he was in the right, that cop, or he might not thought he was in the right, but he thought he thought with the camera, you know, we're gonna film it, and then it ends up being his own demise. That the camera worked against
You mean
him.
he thought it was a great plan?
Right. He thought it was a great plan. And it just reminds me of the people filming themselves. The two rednecks that, or the three rednecks that killed the guy in Georgia. They were filming it. They thought, filming it. The people going into the Capitol, they're filming it. It's like.
Nicki Minaj's husband filmed it.
Yeah,
Let me threaten somebody's life on camera and then post it to social media.
I think people really don't, and they should, because they're officers. I think people, when they're filming it, really don't know the law, and they think they know the law, and they think they're in the right, and then they go to jail. But this guy should have known. See,
the problem with guys like this is that, and Nicki Minaj's husband, is that they're reactive thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Person who's a systematic thinker is going to think of all the fucking possible ways that so-called plan could go wrong.
There you go.
See, when you're a reactive thinker, you're just like, my fiendish plan is coming into play. And then you go out there, you do the shit, and then shit goes haywire, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. Yeah, obviously you didn't. Mm-hmm. Obviously you didn't, because now you're fucked. See, in situations like this, it's best to operate in the shadows, because there's always one guarantee in life. Everybody has one secret that can destroy them. Your job is to find that fucking secret. And if you're a cop,
I don't got one.
If you're a cop, you obviously know, sweetheart, everybody has secrets.
Not one that could destroy me. Not anything I wouldn't say. Like if somebody was like, "Oh, I found out that shit." Yeah, bitch, I did it.
Yeah.
Now what do we do? Like now what do we do?
For the sake of the argument, we will sit here and we will say that most normal people have something they don't want the world to know about.
I'm not normal, bitch.
I know I'm not normal. I'm not claiming normal, because normal in this world,
you're a cop.
I don't want to be.
You have access to hackers, access to all kinds of shit. You can find out on a motherfucker, and you use either it's that person or maybe the person next to him, or then maybe the person next to him. You know what I mean? There's always a way to get a person where you don't have to be so reactive.
You know what I was?
Put yourself on video and you incriminate yourself.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking that she's very, very lucky. She's a tiny little woman. Right. He was trying to save his marriage. He has a whole gang of people that will lie to him and have access to weapons and ditches. I am shocked that he did not delete her. That she
didn't end up somewhere. Maybe in some regard, he didn't want to do that because maybe he still feels for it in some way.
I mean, look at him. Right. Look at him. I don't think I think the opposite. I don't think he feels for her after 4 months. I don't think he's into that.
I think he's just some diabolical, just out of his mind thinker who's coming up with some scheme to like some creative shit to try on a motherfucker. Like,
no, I don't. No. What I said was, I don't think he feels her. You said, I think he didn't kill her because he still feels something for her. I don't think he feels anything for her. I just think he didn't want her to fuck up his marriage. That's what I think. The dudes that feel for the mistress, what they do, they go kill the wife like that. Especially a white man. Especially a white man. They'll stuff their wife into a fucking bin at their job, pregnant at all, right? Because they got the new hot chick. But I think as he sits in his cell today, I know he's probably thinking I should have killed that bitch.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I should have got rid of her. I could have got rid. Because look at where they at. Look at where they're fighting. Who would have known but him and his boy?
What is wrong with you? I don't need help. I need to get away from you. No.
They were literally in some back roads. They were out there for 12 minutes. And that's not even when the guy started recording. You know how long it took for the cops to get there? Like I watched the whole video. I watched the whole 12-minute video. And it took a while. And even when they were on their way, his boy was on the phone. No, the other road. No, we're back here. No, we're back. Yes, they were still explaining where the hell these people were, which means he could have strangled her and just threw her in the bushes.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't find them. The cops that were coming could not find them. Then they finally did, and they took her and handcuffed her. So he could have got rid of her. She's only about $110. He could throw her in a shallow grave. He could have
And
got rid of her.
I've watched enough Fatal Attraction and ID Channel, especially when it comes to cops. Cops will delete you in a heartbeat if they feel like you're going to.
God damn.
I'm just saying. Easy.
Easy.
That's why I don't piss off a woman who watches 48 or 48 or whatever the fuck.
We know a million ways to get away with the shit.
No, he didn't get arrested at the scene. He got arrested after the chick was in the nut house and then started talking to people, and they were putting two and two together, and then she had proof that she was the mistress. And it's funny because she's like, I don't want families and people's stuff to get dragged into it. You knew he was married, lady. Come
That doesn't
on.
mean that the young lady want anything to, want anything bad to happen. She's just trying to get some dick.
Right. I have a couple of questions though. So did anyone on the force know that he had messed around with this woman at all? Did anyone know, or was she complete secret?
Everyone, someone always knows.
I think them dudes know.
That's what I'm thinking too, because the way they were recording, it was just something about that I was just like,
because you would have to tell your boy, like, because your boy would be like, what you mean you want us to go arrest this bitch? Like, who is she?
This is that protocol, right? This is that protocol, right? So in order to get them to agree to this, they had to know something.
No, you're thinking about it incorrectly.
Okay, help me out here.
Okay, this is from a man's perspective. More than one motherfucker knew about this shit, okay? Because guess what?
Of course.
And when we stumble onto a hot chick, especially if the sex is incredible, we telling somebody. One of our boys is gonna know about this shit. And then one of them probably was on the force, and he probably said, hey man, you remember that crazy ass chick that I was fucking with, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I need you to help me take care of this shit real quick. And he's like, all right, blah, 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 and boom, 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 whoop-de-whoop, and there you go. All that informing motherfuckers ahead of time, I doubt if that shit happened.
Did you see what Manny's comment was? Because I'm like, hold up now, that's a idea.
That's an idea, but I don't think so.
You don't think he was playing a long game?
Who knows?
Because I'm like, that's some long game shit.
I think he was setting the stage to clip her by sending her to a crazy hospital first, and when she gets out, he would have clipped her. I don't know, because here's the thing. Cops, the way I think they move, if we're just speculating, get rid of the bitch. Why leave a paper trail? You calling to arrest her, you getting her committed to the thing. Then they'll connect her to him. If she goes missing, if they find her dead, they're going to be like, how did she get in the mental home? The cop put, you know what I mean? That's you leaving a hell of a paper trail.
Woo! And then
this
to be more careful.
Right. That's how we tie it up in a neat bow, Lily, because this chick didn't even have like prior mental issues.
Right.
So this is easy work, like the way E Black says. I would just be like, how the fuck did she end up here, sir, ma'am? Can I see that chart? Did she have prior mental illnesses? How'd she get here? Well, there was a cop out in Pennsylvania.
Hold up.
She was crazy.
You know what? The other reason why I know homeboy had to be in on it, the way they was tussling, why he didn't put that camera down and join in to arrest this lady?
His job was to record.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, there's a I'm telling you, it's 12 long fucking minutes of her. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Let me go. I didn't do anything. And you know that's my pet peeve, y'all. So she was like, now she starts talking to the camera guy. Would you do this? Would you do this? And I guess the guy was like, because she was like, I didn't think so. But you can't see the person behind the camera, but I guess he nodded no. Because she was like, I didn't think so. Would you do this? I didn't do anything.
So
So
I would
maybe
like
the
to
guy was
know.
like, maybe yeah, maybe no.
Right. And so I want to know who this guy is. Like, has he been reprimanded? Can we know? I got questions. Can somebody ride over there and get him on the panel so we can see what's going on? Because I
I
mean,
don't think it's the first time he did some shit like this.
And look at this. Look at this from the first article. Okay. It says he is accused of abusing his authority to forcibly arrest girlfriend Michelle Pervanoff in August after a lover's tiff and have her committed to a mental hospital in Williamstown, Pennsylvania. Pervanoff was living in his camper van at the time after a 4-month romance, but the pair's relationship had disintegrated. Rather than simply break up, Davis obtained a petition to have her involuntarily committed to a mental institution. So if he was going to kill her, that would have been the most stupid thing to do. He should have just took her from the band, right? And dumped her in the fucking bushes.
You can also burn the van.
I mean, but he had her living there.
Living in a van
It says
I mean-
here. It says
down
here.
by the river.
Right. Come on, this isn't rocket science. I'm not saying what he should have did. I'm just saying he lived by a river in a van.
Wow.
Cops couldn't even
So-
find the area.
so
If there was
obviously
a-
this man doesn't watch the ID channel because
and obviously he doesn't know the term "Jesus, give me a sign." Jesus,
Yo, even his boy was probably like,
like exactly. I mean, I don't think it's the first time he's done something similar.
she was living in his camper van at the time after a 4-month romance. So he
Just
was
gotta
going.
have-
Nicole,
Yo, he
these
had
are
a
kids.
tuck. He had a tucked away though.
I mean, it's got to be some meth sprinkled in the story somewhere. Ain't nowhere in the world we're gonna get through this whole story and not get one piece of meth somewhere in this story.
Like
And
he had her pretty tucked away, deep in the woods. Shit.
I mean, Haran Esso agrees with you. He said that cop, the one that recorded him, he might have a phone, he said a phone full of videos like this from other coworkers.
I live in
Yeah.
a van down by the river.
I used to love that skit.
It says now it's Davis who is facing charges including false imprisonment, strangulation, recklessly endangering another person, and assault. In text messages, he told her, "You're done. Fuck around and find out. Get out of my house now." She had told him she was going to drive off a cliff, but later told police she was not suicidal and only said it to elicit a reaction from him. Davis was off duty at the time of the arrest. He had first gone to the station to obtain the involuntary commitment petition, then told his colleagues that he would take matters into his own hands after they were unable to find Pervanoff. "I'll take care of it myself," he said before going off to find her. Assisted by a civilian companion, he then tracked her to the Pennsylvania State Game Lands in Weiser State Forest and attempted to carry her to his car before she began to fight back. So he literally went looking for this woman out in the woods, found and tried to throw her in this car to take her to the crazy house. And I'm still like, this was 4 months.
The deeper you tell this story, there's like
You're not understanding why not the river?
Serious, like
this is the worst plan
ever.
Like there's like 20 different things that you could have done rather than doing 60% of what you just said right there. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, while she was sleeping, you could have literally just pull a fucking pillow over her head and just walk off and leave the van.
And she was held in a nut house for 5 days before being released. That is when She told cops how their romance fell apart. She told Davis she wanted to move to a new city to start over, which outraged him.
And they believed her?
Huh?
They believed her? She's fucking crazy. She's in a nut house.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How did she get while in a nut house? How did this girl convince she must be good? How did she
easy. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. We together. We fucking pictures. Easy.
You know what, Jen? You're right. The goddamn phone is gonna be the death of us.
Yes. I told you, it's all here. We don't even have our brains here anymore. It's all here.
You're right. Our brain is in our phone. Like our phone is literally an extension of us at this point.
Oh yeah, it's part of you.
The moment the cops want to do anything on you, what they do? They go through your fucking phone. Go through your phone records. They go through your social media.
Right. Where were you pinging at 8:30 p.m.?
Exactly. They don't ask nobody you know. They don't give a fuck.
It goes on. So again, as I continue to read, he seems like the fucking nut. It says, taken in context, the text revealed her frustration with Trooper Davis and his very controlling behavior and her desire to break off the relationship via the text messages, not a true desire to harm herself, the affidavit says. The criminal complaint accuses Davis of knowingly or intentionally impeding the breathing or circulation of the blood of another person by applying pressure to the throat or neck. It says he restrained her in circumstances exposing the said other person to the risk of seriously bodily injury, and in doing so acted in violation of Section 29, blah, 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 the Pennsylvania Code, which refers to unlawful restraint. Again, he was charged with a felony, strangulation, unlawful restraint, false imprisonment, simple assault, recklessly endangering, blah, 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 blah. He was remanded without bail after an arraignment on September 21st. Again, I'm sure the text messages, once they read them, they was like, oh, pick that motherfucker up. Pick him up. Right. Go get him. Because I'm sure via the text messages, he was probably like, no, why were you wearing that? Where were you going? Blah, blah. She was like, look, see, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I don't want any more medicine. I'm not crazy. See?
That's facts. Oh,
God. These phones, I'm telling you, these phones. Oh, and don't think you're going to delete a text message.
Oh, no. We've seen that a lot, too. They will go back and subpoena.
And just so you guys know something, as a person who is a technologist, there's no such thing as delete.
Oh, they've been saying that since the beginning of the internet. If you don't know that by now, you deserve what's coming to you.
Forever.
Because everything you did is on a server somewhere.
Don't you see? Don't you see?
That's
we
why
belong to the machines.
Yep.
Don't you see?
They own us.
Just removes it off your phone.
Isn't it funny? Everybody who gets investigated on suspicion of murder, that they go to their Google and it's always like, how do you kill da da da, or how do you make sure your Google isn't getting sick?
How do you get poison in Apple Jacks?
And motherfuckers be having like the little sticky notes, be like, get asphalt.
And then you got the Walmart video surveillance. Duct tape and rope. Same shit every time. Bleach. You gotta have the bleach.
Gotta have the bleach.
Gotta have the
gloves. The
gloves. It's the same shopping list.
The mop. The mop and bucket.
Detectives probably got it easy as a motherfucker these days. The dudes in the 70s and 80s and 90s wish they had this kind of shit. Like, they gotta do shit. They gotta do shit.
If you didn't murder someone around the 70s, 80s, give it up.
Put up.
Put up with them. Sorry. Put up with your wife or put up with your husband, unless you're gonna take yourself to the jail. Be like, look, you might as well take me, because you're gonna see me at the Walmart buying the mop. You're gonna see me. So I'm here.
They always go to Walmart with the best cameras. Them motherfuckers, them cameras be clear. You can see their pimple and every damn thing. You be like, God damn.
Should be a damn extra. Should take your dental records and shit.
Right. Like, you could have gone to the bodega. Like, really? You gotta go to Walmart?
Listen, no, and it's so He thought about everything except her phone, the text messages in her phone. Like, dude, but I mean, look at this face. Look at this face. Look at this face, y'all. Look at this face.
He looked like he no. She should have known.
She's very lucky
Yeah.
that he's a state trooper behind bars. I would still say watch your back. Okay, because people have gone missing after cops get mad. So I would still say watch your back.
Absolutely.
Because she could easily end up overdosed somewhere.
Oh yes. Oh yes. That's the good
Another
one.
way he could have taken care of her. There's another way he could have taken care of that woman.
Absolutely. Put a needle in her arm and leave her in the van. Be like, oops, oh shit, oh fuck. Yeah, I was fucking her, but oh my God.
He'll Google that too. How to poison.
How long does it take for heroin to get?
Amazon got an Amazon delivery of big ass DC fucking syringes coming to his house.
And he signs for it. He signs for it. Tips the driver. Has a conversation with the driver.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so he is behind bars. And I guess she's living in another van, perhaps. I don't know. She moved to another general set.
But let me tell you something. If there's anything that I'll tell everybody, a hoe gonna bounce back, baby. They dropped the bomb tomorrow. There's gonna be 3 people here: Roaches, Hoes, and Keith Richards. Trust me.
Cher be here. She'll be here.
Cher will definitely be here. Cher will definitely be there. Yo, Black Lexicon.
I was about to say they do Home Depot too, Nicole. You are right.
What do alligators love to eat tomorrow?
I was laughing at her saying they throw a Snickers in there always.
They do. They be throwing like random gum and candy on top of their murder items.
Yo, Nicole. Oh, wait till we get back together this spring. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a good time.
Oh,
We gonna have a good time.
Oh my God. We're gonna have a hell of a time.
True, man. Absolutely. Manny Lynn said he still wanted her if she wanted to leave. Absolutely, he did.
Mhm.
Because when he had her up against the car, it looked like she had like some folders and some paperwork and like her purse. Like it looked like she took it out of the van, right, and had it on top of the thing. He was like, "Don't touch nothing, don't touch it." But he had her like in a bear hug. So maybe he thought, "I'll have her committed. She'll think about it and want me back." But I'm like, "You're a whole married man, a whole married man."
Yeah, and. Of course, he still wanted her. And most of the time, men are the crazy ones, like hanging out outside the window when a girl breaks up with them. They're the ones that can't handle the breakup. So this just is he's just a stalker, but he was a cop, so he figured out a different way to do it. Like, well, we're gonna go ahead and get her committed and. I don't know. Shows how much I love her. I don't know.
That was the most. That was the most. I mean, I've heard like world's dumbest criminals and stuff like that, but he's 10 times worse.
What I do know about men and women is this: like men, like women, like if they say women shoot their shot at men and they get rejected, it's not. They wouldn't shake it off as much as men. Because men are used to being told fucking no. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. On the flip side of that, what I notice with women is that women are used to going through heartbreak. They're used to going through the trials and tribulations of love and so on and so forth. Men, when we go through that shit, there's so much shit attached to that. And this is the reason why some of us lose our fucking shit. Some of us don't come back.
But what's thank you, Adam Hearn, for the super chat. Adam Hearn says, dumb, he would have been the first suspect. Probably not, because the reason why I say probably not is because he wasn't publicly her boyfriend or her husband. Now, the only guys that knew weren't going to snitch him out.
Right,
Boys in blue, the boys in blue.
They was willing to help him commit a crime.
Right. Right.
So,
It would have just been
but you,
another day
but
for them.
Ron's point that he just made, I want to expound on that one.
Me too, because I'm like, you said it's more attached to it. I want to know.
Well, I'm gonna
Well,
say this because of the reason that you gave, right? That men are used to being told no more. Well, if the other part of that is the modern man, like they're afraid of approaching women, so they don't even have that experience of being told no over and over and over and over again. So, and these guys lose it quicker, and they're more emotional or emotionally unstable than the men that we came up with because they don't even have that practice of the exchange of rejection and all of that because they're
that's a fair.
not.
Mhm.
For modern men now, that's a fair point. I'm speaking from, I guess, a space of bias, knowing the men that I grew up around and knowing what I'm used to. These new dudes, they just have a problem with rejection. Period. Whether it's with women, jobs, just anything in life. You know what I mean? They just have this perception that whatever they go for, they're supposed to just be entitled to it just because they exist and they want
Right.
it. And it's a very
Right.
screwed up a perception of life and how things go. It's just not how it works. You know, you have to work for it. You have to work for your respect. Yes, you do have to work for you do have to work for man. This is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
But a number of them they don't accept that.
It's
Well,
weird because they don't even try.
it's very listen. It's the time for most men to work to get a woman's attention, the woman they want, and then they get the woman they want, and then that woman, a lot of the times, will make the decision to end the relationship. So, but she can move on. In other words, if a relationship is boring with a woman, she can move on and have another relationship that's going to be exciting for another 3 or 4 months. And if that guy's boring, she can move on to another guy that's going to excite her, right? The space between men when they lose a girl and get another girl is a lot longer, and you don't get that exciting feeling. So you want to hold on to that woman that you worked so hard to get. And so when she rejects you as well, and you're still, like Jen says, a lot of times women are ready to leave 6 months before they do. A guy's not. So when that happens, it's like brand new. Like, wait, I thought we were good. That's the biggest thing. Wait, where this breakup? I thought you loved me. And then they take off, and so then you've got a whole huge gap. Most of us have a huge gap before you're in another relationship that's meaningful. I don't know.
That's true because we be over it. By the time when we leave physically, it's like we've been
Oh, you're just getting the memo. You're the last one to get the memo.
yeah, unfortunately.
The mail lady done got the memo. The
Mm-hmm.
lady down at the dry cleaner, she know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you the last one. It's true.
Mm-hmm. Adam Hearn says, "Stop the cap. We've been killing women for thousands of years." I think that's to your comment, Haran.
Okay, Adam. What do you want me to
Adam
say?
on one tonight. He on one tonight.
He clearly is. I mean, my first, I guess, heartbreak. Yes, I've been there. All the men have been there. You know what I mean? It was a semi-introduction to my villain story. Well, in her defense, it was a crazy kind of thing. We were together, then we broke up. But we broke up because I was a complete fucking asshole to her.
Shocked.
Okay, that's the part I was waiting for because I'm like, don't leave that part out.
I think maybe this is a long time. I think I may have tried to talk to her friend. I don't know. I can't remember. But here's the point. We became cool after that. You know what I mean? And then we became real close. And then we became real tight knitted. And then we started really feeling things for each other. And then one day, I called and I heard a voice in the background. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And she's like, and then he's over there like, who the fuck is that? And then she's like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then me and him get into it over the phone or whatever. Yeah, phone, a landline. This is how long it was. But overall, at the end of the day, after that, I realized that, wow, man, this is fucked up. Even though I did fuck up, I still didn't deserve that. And
This
what I
is
mean, in the grand scheme of things, I still didn't deserve it.
you know what my favorite part of this story is? You
What?
right. Like,
Trying to have a moment. Trying to humanize myself right now, man. I'm trying to humanize
you're
myself.
not human. Let's not do that. Let's not reach. Let's
Humanize
not reach. Let's not reach, sir. You know what my favorite part of the story is, Haran? The
I
fact that
like a
you
motherfucking
fucked her over. The fact that you fucked her over, you said, and we were cool after that. No, no, no. You thought you were cool after that.
What I always say. What I
You
always
thought you was
say.
cool after that. She was setting your ass up for the play.
Obviously.
I always say be careful when a woman either wants to continue being your woman or continues wanting to be your friend after you betrayed her. Because it doesn't even have to be a romantic involvement. Just she can be just your friend. If you betray a woman and she still wants to be your friend or still wants to be your lover, it's you on a clock. Tick, 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 tick. And she wants to get hers back. And the way to get hers back is to keep you close. And guys are oblivious to this shit. It's like, oh shit, she still let me fuck. She still want me. Tick, 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 tick. And she'll look the same. I told you.
Mhm,
She'll look the same on the outside. She's not going to treat you bad or nothing. She's just lining you up. And it's coming.
mhm.
But govern yourselves accordingly. With
I
that
learned that
said,
hard lesson
huh?
when I was 19. I learned that hard lesson.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think I deserved it. I wasn't a saint, but damn, shit.
I told you what I done did. I told you what I done did. I love my story, my get back story. Dude cheated on me. I went and cheated on the guy that he hated the most, that he was intimidated by, who had millions of dollars. And I took pictures, click, 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 while we were smashing, click, 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 just enough so he knew it was us, but not our faces. I'm like, he's gonna fucking know who this is and who I am. And I emailed him shit to him.
Merry
And you know what he
Christmas.
said to me? Right. And you know what he said to me? Like after the fact, way later, he was like, yo, now I know how it feels to women when you cheat on a woman. Like, now I know how it feels. I was like, now you know how it feels.
It's dastardly.
It's
Yeah.
no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
It's heartless.
Nuh-uh.
It's cold blooded.
Or hair trigger, whichever one you want.
Hair trigger. The hoe is gonna be rich. She's gonna sue everyone. Oh, for sure. This is a great lawsuit. This is excellent. I mean, the friend that helped, the cop, the precinct, this is excellent. And this opens doors to people that are like falsely committed to nut houses. So this is gonna open up a huge can of worms. She's gonna get her bag. She ain't gonna have to be in a van no more. This is a come up, honey. So salute to Backwoods Brittany.
Well, I'm on my way down to Pennsylvania after the show to go meet me and my new friend Brittany.
Backwards Brittany.
Backwoods Brittany. That's what she looked like to me.
I'm
Like
gonna take her a
backwoods
pie
Brittany.
down to that camper. Hey, Brittany girl, I heard what happened to you. That's
It was
fucked up.
terrible.
That is so messed up.
I'm gonna walk in the house, start kicking shit around. That's just my Puerto Rican friend. Don't mind her. Where the bathroom at?
What happened at Brittany?
All right. With that said, we are out of here, mi gente. Thank you for hanging with us. Don't forget, support your damn girl. Cash App on the block with Jen scrolling at the bottom. Throw me a little something so I can buy me a smoothie. Meet us here mañana. We'll come with something else. We're going to dissect further that Tyrese thing. Don't forget, follow everybody on their social media. Our names are right there. You see that? On everybody's corner. We got your TikTok, your Instagrams, your YouTubes, and your Facebooks. You know Haran DeMarco is a musician. He's posting up music. We're waiting for No Saint to give us some more gators. He got some gator videos over there. He's from New Orleans. And Lily does Lily's lessons that are great lessons, especially the one for today. You guys have to see that. All right, guys. So we are out of here. Good night. Muchos kisses y amor. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door. Tell people about us. Come back tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
And I'm out.